talk about the match. Tough three-setter. Came out on top. Big third set.
Yeah, I mean, she's a very tough player to play. She's very tricky. She has a very different game than all the other girls on the tour. Obviously, she's very experienced, and the fact that she has been around. I mean, she's a mom of two, so she's more intelligent than us. She's more aware of things. That makes her a very tough opponent.
Question. We need masks on. You can just tap her. Need a mask. Okay. I don't want to be the police, but okay. All right. See, room is filled up a little bit. We have questions. David, go ahead.
Hi, Maria. Congratulations on the win. David Kane from tennis.com. I was just curious what you made of the conditions on the court today, because it seems like the courts are playing quite quickly, and there was some streaky tennis in terms of the score. So, what did you make of it today?
Yeah, well, I knew that coming to New York, everything was going to be quick and fast, and that I didn't expect any slow and bouncy conditions. And the fact that I had the week of preparation here helped me. Obviously, the weather has been very hot and humid, which I know that a lot of players can struggle. Personally, I like it, and I always said how much I like the heat, just because I grew up in a climate where it's very hot. So I didn't find it any different to any other U.S. Open the years before.
The semifinals, what sort of memories did you kind of feel coming back on court for the first time?
Great memories. I mean, it's one of my favorite tournaments, if not, the one. As I said on the court, the atmosphere is just very different and very unique, and it gives me it brings me back to last year that, I had a great tournament and I really enjoyed my time here. I'm happy that, I got this match out of the way because it was a very tough one, and now I can, just start playing better day by day.
Okay. Matt?
Hi, Maria. Matt Futterman from the New York Times. Where's your confidence level at this point, would you say, coming into this tournament? And does it shift now a little bit now that you, as you said, got this match out of the way?
I mean, I'm sure you spoke to thousands of players a lot of times, and they've been telling you the same thing after playing the first round in a Grand Slam, how difficult it is to, just, play good in a first round match. I don't think there's anyone out there that feels the game the way they would feel it in a quarters or in a semifinal. My confidence is growing. I'm building my confidence in the tournament. So I would say that my tennis in the third set, it was in a very good place.
Court.
Maria, Courtney Nguyen, WTA. You, in San Jose, were saying that you'd kind of rediscovered the joy and that it was going to be a different Maria Sakkari over the summer.
That was in Toronto.
Toronto,
yes.
Sorry, San Jose, you were the old Maria,
yeah.
But Toronto was new Maria. Now that you've had some tournaments in and you're here in New York, do you feel that that's still true? Did that end up being true, I guess, in the last few weeks, regardless of results,
Yeah, what I said in Toronto was 100% the truth. Like, I never wanted my words to be, translated into that I feel like the old Marianne, so now I'm gonna win every single match. I never, wanted to mean that. I felt like, as I said to you in Toronto, that I was not enjoying. I was struggling a lot. There were days I didn't want to get out of bed, and now it's been, I'm going on the court every day with a smile on my face, and there are gonna be bad days like there was in Cincy. I had Carla and playing amazing, and then I was not playing that well, but I still enjoyed that match. And a few months ago, I wouldn't. So that's a positive for me, and that's how the old Maria was, and the Maria now is.
Okay. Yes.
Maria, Chris Otto with US Open. And you just referred to days you didn't want to get out of bed. And I'm curious to know, is that due to the fact that you're not achieving the results you wanted to get on court, or were there other factors that contributed to that feeling?
Well, I think results were just, not the most important thing. Obviously, it was more to handle that new profile that I had, being one of the top 3 players in the world. Like I know to some people it might sound like, well, what's the difference between being 6 that you ended last year to being 3 after Indian Wells? Well, for me it was. And yeah, like in Madrid, I would have the curtains like shut, and I wouldn't want to get out of bed, and then Tom and Johnny would come in the room and drag me out to go out for lunch or stuff, and then it was very tough. But I have the right people around me that, my family, my team, my boyfriend, they all really helped me, my friends. It took time because I lost myself, and it was very, very tough, and I could see that everyone around me was suffering with me.
Maria?
Can you try and articulate what is the difference that you felt between the top 6 and the top 3? In what ways did it make you feel different?
Like now talking to you, it does not make a difference. Like being 6 or being 3, it's like it's an achievement that not many people have gotten to. So I think it was all my mind. It was just, top 3 in the world. Like once I won that match, the emotions just came out, and I think I just made it bigger in my mind than it was. Because at the end of the day, even if you're 15, 20, 50, like how many people try to do that, and at the end, not many make it. So it's just, it doesn't really make any difference now that I've realized it.
Did you talk to your mom about that as someone who was a professional athlete, and what kind of things did she tell you to try and get you back on track?
Oh God, my mom, I think, was suffering, of course, the most. I remember I would call her in San Jose. I was crying like if I was 5 years old, and I think she was just heartbroken, because she could not act like Angeliki, who was a former tennis player, but she was my mom. So we went just back to basics. Like she said, okay, if you cannot play, just come back. If you don't feel like playing, just, come back, and we'll have holidays all together, and you'll find your joy again. But then I just dig deep, and I didn't go back. I didn't fly back. I stayed in the US.
Okay, last question in English.
Great. Just in terms of the support that you felt, not just from like your mom and your family, but even outwardly, like by fans and things like that, who've, I think, responded really positively to you being so open about how you were feeling. Kind of what was your reaction to that, and were you surprised that the reaction was pretty positive, when you kind of opened up about a lot of this stuff?
I think it really helped me just to, open up and say how I felt, and just being honest to everyone that has been following me all these years, and I mean to you guys as well, because I don't want to come here and say, I'm feeling great, and just fake it. No, I'm gonna tell you the truth, and there was a reason why my results were not good the last few months. So it was very nice that I got all that support. I saw that under what you wrote, everyone had something nice to say. Like it was probably 90% or 95% of the comments were good. So it's very important just to feel like you have their support, and because they're not directly connected to you, but at the same time they are. So it was very nice, and it boosted my confidence for sure.